There we are. Two dudes talking and hanging out. So, what's up, Facebook? Good to see y'all. If you guys do jump on board live here, I don't know how many we're going to get or how many we're not going to get, but once you pop in, do me a favor and drop me your where are you hanging out from today? Where are you guys in the world? Are you, I'd love to give you a shout out and love to say hey. And speaking of giving folks a shout out, I got my buddy Joe here. Joe is currently out in Vegas. Joe, we've never done a live together. It's great to have you here. Thank you for taking time out of your busy day to come hang out with me and just, kind of shoot the sugar honey iced tea here on Facebook. So appreciate you, man, and good to have you here.
Hey, very welcome. I'm excited to be here. I'm always excited to see the stuff you've got going on, Daniel, and so this is perfect. So yeah, I'm in Las Vegas right now, representing all the West Coast golfers. I know you've got Myrtle Beach taken care of.
You know what? I do my best. I make I make no promises with my golf game, but my golf game has improved quite a bit this year. I went from shooting in the hundreds to shooting now in the 80s, which feels really really good. But
That's
speaking of
massive.
feeling good, now you are with me in this little business venture we call Unicity here.
Yep.
You I want to kick it over to you because you know way more about the company and everything than I do. I'm going to give my quick elevator speech here really, really quick. And then I want to kick it over to you and maybe you can supply a little more background. You're actually in the Unicity home office in Vegas, which is really, really cool. I see some really awesome stuff there in the background. But
Yeah.
this protocol was introduced to me about 7, 8 weeks ago.
Oh,
And when it was first introduced to me, I literally just scoffed at it. I had, no interest in picking up or marketing any sort of physical product. I've always done digital marketing, digital, memberships or, courses and stuff like that and selling digital. It's always served me very, very well. And then this was introduced to me and I was just like, I'm good. Why would I want to do anything physical? And then the person that introduced it to me, she was like, okay, cool. I get it. I thought the same thing too. And then I watched this video. And that was one of the science call videos.
mhm.
And I watched that and I said, holy crap, that's there's something here. And then I started learning more and more about the science behind this protocol and how it was not only an all natural GLP-1, but also how it helped so many other things tied to insulin resistance, blood pressure and cholesterol and heart health and sleeping and just all this other stuff. And I just said, man, I know so many people that are dealing with these things. I know so many people that are taking the synthetic shots that if they only had this, they would be like, yo. So I thought, man, if this does what it says it's going to do, I got to check it out. I want to try it for myself before I share it with anybody. And in 7 short weeks of using this, I've dropped 21.8 pounds,
Whoa.
decreased 2 notches on my belt. I'm sleeping better. My wife told me that my snoring has gotten better. I didn't really know that I snore, but apparently she says that I do. She said my snoring has improved, and overall, I've just been feeling really freaking good. And the most important thing to me, which I've noticed, is my energy and my mood has been through the roof, especially in the afternoons where normally I'd be like, let's go get a nice coffee. Let's go have an afternoon coffee, whatever. I'm not craving that at all anymore, which is absolutely crazy. So super, super thankful that this was introduced to me. I've been feeling it. And the even more crazier part, which I know you're going to be able to talk about this, Joe, too, is every single person that I have introduced this to is seeing a positive result as well. They're having a super positive experience. Some people literally losing over 20 pounds in just a few weeks. It's just, I mean, I know you're a sports guy. That's 1,000% batting average. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, where else in the industry where have you seen something where 100% of the people that try it get a great result? Like it's just crazy. So you're in the main office right now. You're walking around. I'm seeing some really cool things in there. It looks like a manufacturing facility behind you there,
Yep.
or maybe what is going to be, which is really super cool. So, what has been what's been your history with Unicity, and what's kind of got you fired up right now?
Man, I'm super excited. So I've been with Unicity in one way or another for almost 9 years now.
That's awesome.
So long story short, I'll make this the Reader's Digest version. But my family was living in Australia um, long ago, about a decade ago. And one of my friends introduced me to this company, and he introduced me to some people. They needed some help. And I took a job with the company,
Hmm.
Unicity, on the corporate side, and we moved to Dubai. So we lived in the Emirates for 5 years, and I was just helping on the sales and marketing side across the world. And fast forward just about 4 years ago, this same friend that introduced me to it just started blowing up on social media here in the US. His
Hmm.
name's Trent.
Yep.
And Trent and another guy named Rav, who you know of, Daniel, they're awesome and they're helping us. But they started, I mean, they have millions of followers on social media and they've just been talking about the same thing you and I are talking about,
Yep.
their health journey, what people are struggling with. And they started, sales started booming. So the company asked my family if we would relocate here to Las Vegas to help set up this building that I'm walking around in right now,
Yeah.
because we needed more manufacturing in the US to keep up with demand. Because, like you said, when people try this, it's like an aha moment, like, why haven't I known about this years ago? You know, it's a natural solution to a natural problem. And I'll talk about why I like it so much here in a second. But the company handed me there's, like I said, I'm walking around this building right now, and it's making these products that Daniel was holding up night night and day. So there was some construction going on because we make about 400,000 stick packs per day,
Hmm.
and they're actually expanding
It's
that.
like
So
300 an hour, isn't it? Or even more than that.
yeah, it's nuts. And so it's probably going to be doubling or tripling that here in the near future. And yeah, this office is nuts. So if you're ever in Las Vegas, make sure to contact Daniel, who will contact me, and I'll give you a VIP tour of this building because I helped set it up. Now, fast forward a couple years after I set up this building, got it working. This product, this protocol, completely changed my family's life, starting with my wife. Now, I won't get into her story too much. You know, Daniel can, point you in the right direction on that.
I do want to bring up a quick point, which I thought was very humorous, and I'm
Yeah.
sure other guys will see the humor in this. Correct me if
Yes.
I'm wrong, Joe, but didn't your wife take this just so she could prove you wrong?
Yes. And all the guys in the
Okay.
room, I'm sure you've never heard that before.
Yeah.
So again, because I was involved in this company, she knew about it. And I kept telling her, you should try this. It's working for
Yeah.
people. And it
Based
was
on
more
what she was dealing with, right?
correct. So
Yeah.
her story, since she was 14 years old, she had struggled with anxiety and depression, and she's been on medications for decades. And we had moved from multiple different countries, from the US to Australia to the Emirates. And every time it's a new doctor and a new prescription, and try this and try that. And now you have to do this and now that. And nothing worked.
Hmm.
So she was dealing with chronic fatigue. Her stomach was always hurting. She was complaining about her hair falling out in the shower and skin tags popping up and IBS. And she needed multiple naps a day just to function. And, as a family, we dealt with it. And, really nothing worked though. So we were getting pretty frustrated at, new doctors and nothing working. She wanted just a doctor to cut something out of her. She had a lot of tests done. And ultimately, the doctor said, you know what? I think it's just anxiety. And she was so pissed. She's like,
Yeah.
that's the problem in the first place.
Yeah.
So I told her, you got to just give this a try. And she thought because it was natural, it was kind of like woo woo. And I'm like,
Yeah. Yeah.
these are just plants. This is just food. And so she tried it to prove me wrong. And it completely changed everything for us. So in a matter of just 6 weeks, 8 weeks, she got off multiple prescriptions. She's on none of them now.
Yep.
And she's like the Energizer Bunny, completely changed everything about her. And it just was like, my mind exploded because I'm like, oh, holy cow. Like, I've been involved with the company for years, but it got me super, super excited to where I'm like, I need to take this more seriously myself.
Yeah.
And so I started doing it and made a huge difference. So inflammation went down. I lost 20 pounds and kept it off. This is going back about 2 years. I had chronic pain in my shoulder and knee from past surgeries with some sports issues, and I feel great. So
Yep.
the brain fog's gone, and I just feel alive. And I'm just like, ready to go every day. So that's what I love about this product. And so one thing I didn't mention is because of the story that my wife had, I actually went to the company and said, "Hey, I'm on the wrong side of this business." And I talked to them about switching sides. So I resigned from a great corporate job. They took great care of me. Again, we're in 60 countries all around the world, but I joined my wife as a distributor.
Hmm.
So that's what I do now.
So she signed up before you did.
She did. And so she just wanted to help people.
Yep.
So because she had been through so much pain, so much agony, so much stress for most of her life, again, since she was 14.
Hey, real quick, like I'm just looking at the wall back there. Those are all the people that are like ranking up, right? All the people that are at like
Yeah,
certain ranks, ruby, sapphire, or
exactly.
presidentials, diamonds. Like that's super cool how they actually keep everyone's photo right in the office there.
Yeah. So we take the time to print off people's faces and their names. This is about almost 1,600 names and
Yep.
faces on this wall here.
Wow.
These are people from all around the world. So this used to be part of my job. So again, I used to work on the corporate side, but now I'm a distributor. Now my goal is to be on this wall here soon,
Yeah.
along with Daniel and so many other on our team and my wife. But we would host people. Like I said, we're in 60 countries. So part of my job just 2 years ago would be to host these big groups. So we'd have 300 people come from Seoul, Korea, or Tokyo, Japan, or from
Hmm.
Vietnam or Thailand. And we would wine and dine them. We'd take them to the Grand Canyon. We'll take them to Hollywood, do some shopping, eat at a nice restaurant on the strip. But the number one thing that they want to see is their face on the wall.
Oh, of course, man. Of
And
course. I mean,
so
recognition, it's like people love that.
And these people, all of them around the world, are passionate about this because this same protocol has done the same thing that it's done for Daniel. And
Yeah.
like Daniel, you're talking about how much it's done for you in such a short period of time.
Yeah.
All of these people doing the same thing around the world, helping others change their life. And in doing so, a lot of them are making some really great money.
Yeah, I mean, we're talking, I mean, from what I heard is six figures a month.
Yep.
And I mean, obviously working for the company, you can confirm that.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
absolutely. And some of these people are making seven figures a month.
Yeah.
But
That's
what I can say for me, I'm not at that point myself yet, but what I will say is just last month, this is month 9 for me. But my wife and I, again, this was a leap of faith. I had a great job on the corporate side. Why would I just quit? So
yeah.
but I saw the vision of like this is the future. Like people are starting to realize you can't just trust big food and big pharma and governments and media to take care of you. They don't care. They want money. That's all they want.
Yeah.
And we've now replaced our income. So we're on that track of I know I've got that validation. I know I made the right decision.
Hmm.
And I'm super excited because now we're just going to keep building and keep building. And the only way to grow is to help people change their health. So they love it. It's every day. It's a new. Thank you so much for introducing me to this.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's right on that target there is one of the biggest realizations that I've had. And I've been making money from home. I mean, I got my start in 2016. In 2016 I had no idea what I was doing. I was the type of guy, I was just throwing a bunch of mud at the wall hoping it stuck. I signed up for probably 2 dozen different make money on online opportunities. I thought I was so naive back in the day. I thought that just because I signed up for something, like my link was going to be out there and people were just going to click on it and I was going to make money. And then I very quickly learned that that was not the case. And then in 2017, I started learning some skill sets and I learned an acronym that changed my life. ILT, you invest your time, sometimes money, you learn things, you turn around, you teach that to other people. I still apply that to this day, and that literally changed the outcome, the trajectory of my business, my income, my bank account, all those things. And I've always done digital. My very first, real big network marketing company where I made 5 figures was all digital products,
Mhm.
selling, things like courses and online how to's and stuff like that. And then I went from one digital program to the next. And then, I kind of I got to a point of like burnout where I felt like I was just kind of just in the same sort of thing. And that's right at the perfect time when this here was introduced to me. And at first, like I said, I just didn't want to have anything to do with it. But when I started realizing all the potential it had, when I started experiencing it for myself, and then when I started realizing that, oh my gosh, like people need this. This can help people in so many, not I mean not just people that are taking the synthetic shots and stuff like that, but also people that like want to help their heart, they want to help their cholesterol, they want to help their brain fog, they want to help their weight, they want to help their overall health. I'm just like, man, and the biggest realization is just like I get to, instead of like, I want this for anyone that watches this, whether you watch the replay, you're watching live now. What I've come to realize is that like, this just didn't hit me until like weeks ago, where for years, Joe, I had people sign up with me to make money online,
Mhm.
and very few people actually did it. Very few people actually did the work. Very few people actually used the products or business opportunity that they signed up for. They didn't, like, if it was travel, they didn't really use it. If it was wealth education, they didn't use it. If it was financial education, they didn't use it. They just signed up to make money.
Yeah.
When people sign up for this and you can put this in their hand and they have a product experience, they can feel it from the inside out. Like, what a difference maker. What a difference maker. And to be able to affect people physically and financially in a positive way, it's just something that like I've always just kind of brushed aside. I've always just kind of like just been no, digital. And now that I'm doing this, it's like, why was I so hesitant for so many years?
Yeah.
Like, because a lot of people will say like, oh, money, like there's less commissions, there's less whatever. It's like, trust me when I tell you the money's there. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, the money is there. And obviously at Unicity, they got people making 6 and 7 figures a month. It's, if you build it, they will come, right? Field of dreams. Like, if you share it with people, like in the last, I think 2 weeks, I've had multiple, and this is the crazy part about this business. I've had multiple customers get started. They didn't want to build a business. They just wanted to try this for themselves.
Mhm.
They started trying it and they immediately shared it with other people. It's
Yeah.
just like when you go to a great restaurant, or you watch a great series on Netflix, like, what do you want to do? You want to share that with people. Like,
Yeah.
I've had so many customers already refer other customers. And it's just like, one guy signed up yesterday. This guy, John, signed up yesterday. He's already referred 2 other customers.
That's
And
awesome.
it's, it's insane. It's like, imagine, and I can't imagine what it's like with you and Sheridan, but like when your customers are building your business for you, I mean, dude, that's got to feel good.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, and I think part of it, just to interject, is it's so easy. That's why people are always like, you got to try this, because like
yeah,
you can have huge results without making drastic changes in your life. You don't need to hire a personal chef to have you make, 30 different vegetables and fruits each day. You just have the fiber and have the yerba mate, and it's a game changer. And it will, like, there's a couple benefits just to speak to how awesome the product is. So these two products, they accomplish two things. The mate, which I sip on every day, every morning and afternoon, I'm sipping on this mate,
hmm,
and it kills the food noise. So what I used to do, I used to have breakfast and I would need snacks, the Red Bulls and the Snickers and the
oh
pick
yeah,
me ups throughout the day, coffees
that
for
was me in the
people.
afternoon with coffee.
Yeah. Well, and so many people have got off coffee or taken like three, four, 5 coffees down to one. They still enjoy it, but they
Hmm.
don't want to have so much of it. But it's so easy. You just add this and it kills the food noise. So your blood sugar drops, your insulin drops, and that gets your body into fat burning and repair mode.
Yep.
And then before your largest meal of the day, you simply have the fiber, and it reduces that blood sugar impact by half
Yeah,
almost. And so that is what people are missing in America, because America, we have horrible food system,
we love to
and we
eat.
and we have even worse habits. And so our constant blood sugar spikes are keeping our body in fat storage mode all day long. And people are wondering, like, I wonder why I feel so bad. This is why. And
Yeah,
so you just have to make these simple changes. And it's, like I said, it's easy and it's fun. And so the first thing you do is you share it with your friends and family. Like you said, your customers that weren't interested, they actually are.
yeah. I remember Trent. had showed me, we're in a Zoom like this, and Trent showed me his back office. Number one, I was blown away that he has 9,000 customers. Like, that's
Yeah.
just, and again, it just shows the power of that. When people see this, they want it,
Yeah. I'm right.
which is awesome, Hey, there he is right there. So it just goes to show that, like, people, when they realize what it is, and it was the same thing for me, and it's been the same thing for so many others that have joined me. Like, when they see what it is and they realize what it is, they're like, I got to get my hands on that. And not only that, I want to get my hands on it and I want to share it,
Yeah.
which is super super cool. But the other amazing thing is when he was showing his back office and showing his customers, not just the fact that he had 9,000 customers, which is literally about $180,000 in income or $200,000 in income, whatever it is, which is crazy. But one of his customers, I think, had referred like 30 other customers.
Yeah.
And it's just like we're talking about here, like customers referring customers, because, when you experience something great, you want to turn around, you want to share it. And it's just, again, like, what other businesses out there, like, if you were selling a course to make money online, right? Like, and you sold a course, right? And people are loving that course. Are they going to turn around and tell others? Yeah, they might, but can those people refer people to refer people to refer people to grow your business? No, because, you're a one level affiliate, and it doesn't work that way. And, for me, like, it's cool. You might get a kickback here and there, but it's like, you're not helping people on a bigger level. And for me to be able to help people on a bigger level and be able to impact people physically and financially, I mean, it's just, that's a good freaking feeling right there. That's a that's a
Absolutely.
that's a good freaking feeling. Like, how many how many customers have you had? Like, if you can kind of paint a quick picture, how many customers have you had that have turned around and just instantly referred other customers?
Oh man, a lot. My wife's had even more. She's been doing this a little bit longer than me, but it's funny how that works too, because a lot of them, like you said, they're not interested in the business, but what helps us build the business is we don't have to push it on them. They
Yeah.
want to do it. They come back to us and be like, wait, I can build a business out of this,
Yeah.
because as they share it, you're like, hey, share this with your friends and family because you're going to love this. And they always do. And it gives them a little coupon for their next, purchase, but it's giving you the commission. So it's a great way to build business. And then when they start realizing, like you pointed out, Trent's guy that referred so many, that's a great way to say, hey, Daniel, you can build a great business out of this and make even more if you take it seriously. And it's still minimal,
Yeah.
you know, people can do this with 5 to 10 hours a week, but now I'm doing it full time. And so
Yep.
um, it happens all the time. And
If
because a lot of people are like, I don't want to do the business. But when it changes their life,
Yeah.
they become a walking billboard. A lot of times they have no choice because people are like, what are you doing? And
Yeah.
all I'm doing is this protocol.
Well, you would I know obviously you like to golf. I like to golf. Um I was literally out at the golf course. This is probably a couple of weeks ago, and I'm at a point now where a lot of my close friends and neighbors, people that I golf with, um, they're obviously noticing my weight loss, because you can tell when one of your friends loses 20 pounds.
Yeah.
And I was just standing there. We were standing by our carts. We were, about to get in and go to the first tee box. And one of my neighbors comes up and she kind of goes like, she's like, what are you doing to lose weight? Because whatever it is, I want some. And I was like, oh, and I just pulled up. It's just this right here. And I happen to have my drink with me. And I said, all I do is just
Yeah.
put this in here and I drink it. That's it. She's like, give me the site. I'm in. And it's just like that's, it's just super cool when, people see that and they notice that. And it's just, the sales process doesn't have to be complicated.
Right.
It doesn't have to be complicated. But speaking of sales, I want you to, your wife, and I know she's not here with us, but like, she had an incredible experience where she posted like one video. I think it was on TikTok. It blew up to over 1 million views, and I think she got like what, hundreds of sales in like a weekend or something like that
Yeah. She actually, I think it was around 500 or 600 sales.
from
And
one video.
so for one video, so in one weekend, I mean, this is probably, it tallies over a couple weeks, but I mean, she probably made 15 grand off of that one video
That's
just by
insane.
telling people her story. And then also telling people again, she was pointing out how Andrew Huberman's talking about, yerba mate. And, he
Yeah.
was talking about that on Joe Rogan. And people are talking about there are natural GLP-1s that are far more effective than these dangerous shots and other statin drugs and metformin that, again, people, if you, I got to be careful how I say this, but like, there's no money in healthy people. So you think about big food and big pharma, a
Yeah.
healthy person makes them no money. And
Yeah.
so again, you have to go to like those podcasts and do your own research and find people that have had a crazy cool story like Daniel to understand like what this really does. And so
Yeah.
that's what she does. And on social media, again, this model of where we're having a lot of fun. We call it the attraction marketing model, where you're just giving basically free value, free
Yeah.
value. And like, hey, this
Well,
makes it so much easier. And if you want to know about it, it's in my profile. And that's how she did that.
yeah. And speaking of the value too, I want to talk about that for a second too, because like when I got started and anyone that's on our team gets started, we make it really simple. And Trent was with us on like it was like the second day or whatever it was, like, and we did kind of like a mini orientation. And he
Uh-huh.
basically just said, here's 10 videos, go do these, then go do them again, then do them again, then do them again, then do them again, and then you're going to start to get good. Now you're going to do them. You're going to think it's not going anywhere. You're going to feel like you're making no progress. And then all of a sudden, one of those videos is going to hit.
Yeah.
And he told his story, the same exact thing. And again, I wish he was here to kind of share exactly what I'm saying. Like he said he was also instructed, here's the videos, go make them, then go make them again, etc. And he even said, he's like, I was doing it for like 30 or 45 days and getting nowhere. He's like, I was getting frustrated. And then he posted a video before he went to bed one night. And then that video took off and he woke up to a ton of sales, just like, your
Yeah.
wife. And for me, I kind of legit felt like I was in the same exact bucket where I was given these videos and I said, hey, I'm going to go be the guinea pig. I'm going to go make these 10 videos, then I'm going to make them again and make them again, etc. And I was making them and I had a video, get some little attention, but it didn't really go like super far. And
Mhm.
then in the last week, I've had 3 videos get up over 100,000 views, and now I have blind customer sales coming in.
Ah, that's
And it's
awesome.
literally the crazy part is it's literally around the same exact time frame that it took Trent. So it's like, but it just and all of those videos, by the way, those 10 videos are all value videos. It
Yeah.
just talks about the education behind things like insulin resistance and natural food based, protocols and stuff like that, educating people on, the power of what you could do to fix your own health without relying on, big pharma. And it's crazy because it's like, here's a way for anyone to plug in here, go do
Mhm.
this is roughly the time frame it's going to take, give or take. And it's like, hot damn, like he was right. Like
Yeah.
it's just crazy. And then the customers that have been joining me are literally turning around and referring other customers. So my business is growing itself without me even having to be involved,
Yeah.
which is again just insane.
Well, and the cool part too is like there's so much power. Like we're going to um like there's this influencer era. I feel like it's kind of over. No
Yep.
one cares about you unboxing a million things just because those brands paid you. No, everyone sees through that now. They want authenticity.
Yep.
And that's where like they see, okay, Daniel, I can relate to Daniel, or I'm just like Daniel. I want that. And that's the key to all this is we're all just being ourselves with a product that's changed our health first. And so when you're just genuinely telling people about your experience, it's so easy. And then you start building your own network, which is
Yep.
very powerful because some of the most powerful, again, this authenticity era in the next 10, 20 years, I think whoever builds a network and owns it, I mean, they're going to do great. Like think about Amazon and Uber and Airbnb. Those are all networks, but you don't own that.
Yeah.
If you're part of that, like you're making them money, you get a little bit, but this is something where you mentioned those customers every single month. You don't get paid one time. You get paid every single month and that
Yeah.
starts compounding. That's where the hockey stick curve comes into play.
Yeah. And speaking of just like that authenticity, like I've gone live so many times in the last few weeks and I've told people like said, hey, you know what, like for years so many people have known me for doing this one type of thing, doing this digital thing and building systems and creating funnels and doing all that other stuff. And part of that realization for me, and to be honest with you, was kind of like, I wouldn't say it was like a hard pill to swallow, but it was an aha moment where I'm just like I can't believe I missed this for so many years.
Mhm.
Where like I found something that I was I became very intrigued and very like enamored with, and I started doing my own research. I went down the Unicity rabbit hole. I went down the GLP-1 rabbit hole, started doing my research, and like the more and more and more I researched this, the more I took it, consumed it, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, this is a freaking game changer." And then again, it was like other people. And then I started getting testimony after testimony after testimony of people that are using this and like, oh my God, I dropped 12 pounds in 3 weeks. Oh my gosh, my A1C went from 5.7 down to 5.1. Oh my gosh, like I'm sleeping better. Oh my gosh, I have more energy. And I'm just like, and now like, as far as like authenticity and like sharing your story and being true and all that other stuff, it's like, I know a lot of people might look at me and be like, dude, you just do this thing and now you don't do that thing anymore. It's like, you know what? Like, I am 1000% loving what I'm doing right now. It
Mhm.
feels freaking awesome.
Yeah.
Not just like physically, like what I've experienced with the protocol, but just helping other people have these experiences, helping people feel healthy, like getting to just teach and train and educate people on how to improve their health. And oh, by the way, like you get paid for all that, which is really super cool too. So it's like, it's just been a crazy few weeks. It feels absolutely amazing. Incredibly glad that it was introduced to me. And we're gonna change a lot of lives, man. We're gonna help a lot of people. And if
Yeah.
you watching, if you resonate with that, then hit me up, message me, send me a DM, whatever. If you want more information, if you have questions for me, if you have questions for Joe, whatever, hit us up and let us know. We're here to help. Or if you're like, nah, I'm gonna sell ebooks, I'm gonna sell courses, I'm gonna sell digital, like that's cool too. Do whatever makes you feel good. Do whatever brings you joy. For me, joy is helping people feel great and helping people make more money. So Joe, anything else before we wrap up, man? I know you're on a time frame here.
Um, One thing I will say is a lot of people that you don't, I mean, this is for everybody. This protocol should be in every kitchen in America because, like I said, I'll double down and I'll die on the hill that big food and big pharma don't care about you. They only care about your money. And so this should be something that is consumed by everyone. So the business isn't for everyone, but it is for whoever wants to change. Like, man, there's so many people from nurses and truck drivers. And we had a literal rocket scientist quit her job because her income was surpassed with Unicity. So there's a way to do health and wealth at the same time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's crazy, man. It's been an incredible, crazy, fun ride, and the crazy part there is it's literally just getting started. So,
Amen.
Joe, thank you so much for taking time out of your day. Um, we can hang out here in the Zoom here in a second. I'm just going to end this, but thank you guys so much for watching. Whether you're watching this on one of my social channels or you guys are here with us live on Facebook or whatever. If you guys have any questions, pop me a direct message or drop a comment below this video. Happy to help you out, answer any questions you have. But otherwise, my friends, thank you guys, and we'll see you hopefully on the inside really, really soon. Y'all take care.
Thanks, Daniel.
You're very, very welcome.